Presenting 3Deo's Viewer. It is a completely free tool with a very small disk size and no installation required. The purpose is to allow users to visualize 3D models before they are incorporated into a video game production, and is even developed to support meshes with a high poly count like photogrammetry scenes. It enables the viewing of content such as models, textures, lights, cameras, and visual effects, similar to what is done in a game engine. The key difference is that it is extremely intuitive and easy to use, regardless of the user's prior experience. Features. Now let's take a look at the main ones. Materials. You can get them per mesh from the mesh file imported. When you click on it, this will show you the full list of materials, and when you click on any material you will see a red color to show you the selected material from the model, and you will get the textures on that material selected. Also, you can isolate per material or use double-sided. You can use the imported albedo map or load another one and tint it. You can also change each material to transmission to simulate glass reflections and refractions, and use the index of refraction to change the look. You can even use the alpha channel from the albedo map as a mask, use the alpha directly as transparency, or manually control the blending transparency. Next up is the normal map, which you can toggle to visualize. Also, you will be able to invert it and control its intensity to reduce or even add more detail to the calculated normal map. Let's move on to ORM, which stands for Occlusion, Roughness, and Metallic Maps, into a single texture array map. You will be able to use individual sliders to manually control these properties and achieve the desired result. And finally, the emission property. This allows you to simulate light irradiance from the mesh, controlling the emission tint color, whether to use the emission mask map, and adjusting its intensity value. Tone mappings. This will allow you to have better color correction in your scene using some of the most common tone maps such as Chronos, AGX, ACES, or Reinhardt. Material Viewer. This is the quickest way to visualize your mesh using each map in a single view mode and is divided into 3 sections. First one, the full material, to view the mesh in PBR mode using all the textures. Second one, the maps. This section is divided into albedo, normal, roughness, metallic, occlusion, emission, and alpha. Third one, matte debugger. You can visualize the isolated roughness applied in material mode and also isolate the parts using metallic. Wireframe modes. This mode allows you to see the wireframe on the mesh in color or gray mode. The matte mode will show you the wireframe from the map selected, such as color, normal map, AO, etc. The gray mode displays the mesh in grayscale, with color influenced by the light environment. Environment lighting. In the top menu, you can access the environment lighting slider, which manipulates both the sun and sky light intensity. The sun light allows you to control the intensity of the light, its 360-degree rotation, its tilt or inclination, and also its tint color. Skylight or indirect light. You can control the light's intensity from the selected environment, as well as its rotation and the sky's blurriness. You can also toggle to visualize the environment sky and select the background color. Debugger passes. In the top menu, you can toggle the debugger mode to show or hide the main deferred passes. First one is the screen space ambient occlusion from the visual effects. Second one is normals, mesh normals combined with the normal maps. Third one, the depth, the normalized Z depth from the scene useful for depth of field. Visual effects. Screen space ambient occlusion. This allows you to add real-time contact shadows to the scene. Color correction. This feature provides options that allow you to achieve the desired look and feel for any scene with ease. Sharpness effect allows you to enhance the clarity of your scene by increasing the definition of edges and fine details. Camera lens effects simulates chromatic aberration and vignette effects, imperfections that mimic the behavior of a real camera lens. Depth of field effects. Another effect created for a real camera imperfection. The viewer includes a visual debugger to easily visualize and set the depth of field interactively. Bloom effects creates a glowing effect around bright areas of the scene, enhancing highlights and adding a sense of realism or stylized aesthetics. This effect is commonly used to simulate light diffusion and intensity. Type of cameras. Camera static using orbit mode. This allows you to rotate around the mesh. Also, you can manipulate the field of view. Camera walk. This allows you to walk through the entire scene, manipulate the field of view, and use orbit mode from a standing position. Camera animations. This system allows you to create multiple sets of cameras in the scene, useful for multiple characters/props views, but is better or environment, because let you change between cameras, and when you change to another camera, the camera system will make transition between the selected camera using its own parameters as position, rotation, and field of view, etc. And finally, the screenshots. In the top menu, you can find options to take screenshots or record GIFs. The main feature allows you to render at the viewer's actual size, double the size, or even quadruple the size. Additionally, there is an option to take screenshots with a transparent background, making it easy to integrate them into other image editing programs. Finally, you can record GIFs with image sequences. The 3Deo's viewer.